That person on your mind, what are they thinking and feeling but not saying? It's almost like there's somebody in your energy where you can sense that they're not really saying how they truly feel, and this is to do with you. So let's get into it and find out, what is it? I'm going to do the runes actually first of all. Where is their energy right now? So you'll know who this is because this person would have been on your mind for some time now. Okay, we have Wyrd. So I'm going to get 2 more runes. Nordis. Ooh. There's a lot about cord cutting, connections. I feel like this person, what they're not telling you is they're actually actively looking at ending cycles in their life. And with Nordis there, they felt quite restricted by this. It's almost it's had a hold over them, but they have periodically been cutting these cords. Wyrd is like the challenge that they've accepted, that they are now coming into a rebirth, if you like. It's like the death of an old version of them and a new beginning, but they're having to shed that skin first, and that's where they're at right now. And Nordis is showing currently that they are stuck in this sort of a little bit constricted, but they are still trying to cut those cords so that they can align with their soul needs. I feel like they've discovered what their soul needs are. And the rune that came out for the outcome of that was Wyrd. So this whole process that they're going through actually has nothing to do with you or anybody else around them. This is about them aligning their head and their heart and their personal power, and kind of just recognizing their worth. They're recognizing where in the past they may have made decisions and things that created these patterns, but I feel like they have a handle on that now. They've recognized it, or they're realizing it, and they are trying to do what's right, do the right thing in cutting these cords. It's interesting because Wyrd is connected to the goddess Freya, and some of the traits of Freya were about her prowess. Okay, like she used to go and sleep with giants when her husband was away, things like that. So there's that side of things. I feel that this person may have some kind of I'm not going to say addiction, but they have some kind of draw or pull towards a behavior or a certain way of being that has always been there with them. So they're struggling to kind of break that, but they're not telling you this because I feel like if they were to tell you this, they would feel judged by you. They would feel like you would be judging them. And I do feel that they hold a lot of feeling for you. I'm actually feeling like an ache in the heart. So it's almost like maybe there was some kind of betrayal there in their eyes, you know, that they feel like they can't talk to you about this. They can't tell you about this because you've got this distinct feeling that they're not telling you something. But they are trying to align their head and their heart right now. So what do they want to say to you? If they could, what would they actually say? Irreplaceable. The way you love can never be matched. So whatever you did with this person, however you showed up in their life, they fully appreciate that. And I feel like they've never had that from anybody else before. And they're kind of recognizing there's something about you that kind of brings out a bit of the child in them. It's like you allow them to be silly. You allow them to be themselves. You're not in competition with them. And that's possibly unusual for them. Maybe they've been surrounded by people that they've always felt, or they've been in relationships where they've always felt they've had to be in some kind of competition. I keep getting hair caught around the thingy bob. Chemistry. I've never felt a passion this intense. So there's something about this that's I feel like that's what you're picking up on, is you are feeling this energy from this person, but they're not saying anything to you, or when they do speak, they're making it clear that actually they don't want anything. But you feel that there is something different with that. So yes, there is definitely passion there. And this person, you've definitely done something to make them feel seen and loved. And I feel like that's why now, you know, they're not saying any of this to you, because in the background they're trying to cut these cords. They are trying to diminish this pattern that they have, that they know is destructive, and they know that they could never bring forward to you because they appreciate you so much. Like, they do value you, and because of that, they don't want to hurt you. They never want to hurt you. Conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. So I feel like you're very intuitive. You're like a very spiritual person. You have a great connection with the spirit realm. And I feel like you know that this conversation's coming, but your impatience is kicking in because you're like, I want it to be now. I just want to get talking now. I want to talk this through. Soul contract. The lessons I've learned from us will never be forgotten. I feel like you actually accelerated this person into cutting these cords. You accelerated them into wanting to do this for themselves. And now that's exactly what they are going ahead and doing, because I feel they are thinking about their future. And I feel like you may be in it, in whatever capacity that is for you. I feel like they view you as being somebody important in their future. But they know that they need to come through without having this in the background. Transform and rise. Your journey of transformation unlocks vast potential, guiding your evolution to new heights. As I say, they are working towards this. But if you look at this like an iceberg, I think it is an iceberg, isn't it? You know, an iceberg, you can see the top, but underneath there's all this stuff under there. This person's got some healing to do on some past traumas, even childhood wounding, I feel, as well, where I feel like they've maybe gone through their adulthood going from one thing to the next thing, so they haven't actually really dealt with it. They might tell you that they have, they might believe in themselves that they have, but deep down, the reason that they aren't able to have the fullest, deepest connections that they want is because they never stick around long enough for anybody to really get to know them long enough. No illusions. Stay grounded in truth, embracing reality with clarity and wisdom to navigate life's journey authentically. Now, what this is telling you is, okay, so this person, they are doing these things in the background. They're cutting these cords. They're looking at their behaviour. They're going through this initiation process and following their soul needs. But that doesn't mean that you have to put your life on hold to wait for this person to do these things. And like we said before, they aren't doing it for you. They aren't doing it really because of you. They're doing it because they've recognised they need to. And you've been the catalyst for them to recognise and realise that that is what they need to do. So I'm going to get into the tarot cards to see, where do you fit into this? Like, where in their future is this coming in with you? What do they truly believe about you? Because it's all coming out as chemistry, soul contract, irreplaceable. So you are that to them. But what is their intention, should we say? What is their intention towards you next? Whoa. Okay, well, we've got the King of Wands on here. So this person is determined to win. I feel like this person, you fall for their charisma, you fall for their charm, I feel. And they know that. They know that you fancy them. And I feel like you do. But I also feel like they've got the horn for you as well. What else do we have? And I feel like actually when you first met this person, they may have seen you as just another player, like something like another person that's willing to play the game. But I feel like you showed them something different, something wholesome that they weren't expecting. Yeah, you've shown them the way, you've lit the path up, and it's like they kind of see now that, I feel like they actually see you, they visualize you as doing something very public. Like maybe they see a lot of potential for you. And I feel like this person actually keeps away and hides their feelings because they don't want to affect you from reaching where you need to get to. That is how they feel about themselves. So what is your final outcome with this person then? Let's have a look, shall we? What is the final outcome? Okay, we've got the Seven of Pentacles and the High Priestess in reverse. So their intention with you is very long lasting. I feel like they really do want to grow something with you here, and they see the potential, but they already feel like they've got you, but they are not listening to their intuition. If you want to book a reading about this and go a little bit deeper into it, drop me a DM. Bless her be.